guys, welcome back once again. So today I'm here in Munich to cover LMU, one of the top-notch university, one of the largest in fact here in Germany, accommodating more than 60,000 students. Maybe number can be plus and minus, but at the moment I'm here at the closest U-Bahn station to LMU, which is called as Universität. This is the U-Bahn line of U6 and U3. If you're around here in the city, look out for U6 or U3. This is the station name. Let's go out now, but before I go out, I have somebody who's going to be joining me on this campus tour for today. He's a former graduate, Colin, why don't you just come ahead?
Hi, glad to be here.
He's from States. Where in States?
I'm from 3 hours south of Seattle near Portland, Oregon.
Perfect. Colin is going to be walking me through the campus today, talking about the classrooms in general, where I can go get my student ID done, what about the international office. We'll try to see if there are some empty classrooms where he could show us how does a classroom look like. Yeah, in general, an overview. Of course, we can't cover everything in one video. It's pretty huge university, spread all across the city. But I'll leave that up to you. What do you want to show us today? But yeah.
The escalator, this is the first thing you're going to see, but fortunately it's a lot prettier on the outside. But most importantly, you have exits D and C, so if you get lost you can always tell somebody I'm at the D exit or the C exit. So we'll be going up D exit.
Okay. One second, keep rolling, come here. So if you're in Munich, there's this metro company which handles everything. It's called as MVG. MVG is the company responsible for tickets here,
yes,
or to run the transportation system.
The MVG, the München Verkehrsgesellschaft, is like Berlin's BVB.
BVG in Berlin, for example.
Exactly. And they're responsible for all tickets within the Munich area, and it's also where you get your semester ticket. Where you're gonna come out from the U-Bahn, as you can see in the background, and then this is gonna be the office that you will be going into in order to become enrolled as an international student. But before we go in there, I suggest we go a bit forward so that I can actually show you the main building and perhaps the most prominent part of the university at all.
So this is where I would let Colin introduce himself. Please go ahead.
Thank you. I am originally from the States, as previously mentioned, but I have been living in Germany now for 3.5 years. I came here originally to get my master's degree in political science at the LMU. I have since graduated and am currently unemployed, but I do have time here to show you around a little bit of the LMU. I'll be showing you the main things that every foreigner has to go through, no matter where they're from, in order to be enrolled at the university. And I'm going to be starting with the main building here, and where you have to go to officially become enrolled.
What road is this? Where is this?
This is the Ludwigstraße. This is the street of King Ludwig. And it's actually very, very new. It was built at the same time as the main buildings of the LMU here, just a little less than 200 years ago. So it's relatively new for German standards.
Right. And are we in the center of the city? Is this outskirts? What is it?
We are in the northern part of the central part of the city. We're now on Geschwister-Scholl-Platz, which is the center of the university. And as point of reference, just for any student, we will usually talk about either of the fountains. So on the right-hand side, we have the western fountain in front of the Hauptgebäude, the main building of the university. This building is used predominantly for administration, but also for bachelor's students. It's usually used for the bigger general classes and also for exams.
Right.
On the right behind us, we have the Siegestor, which is not used as reference, but it's this little arch that we have in the background here. And that was built after the Napoleonic Wars, where he was finally defeated, and we have that as a memorial. And then now finally we have some of the smaller faculties here. We have the Faculty of Law directly behind us, and then in between these two buildings we have the Eastern Fountain, but in addition to that, that entrance that we have there is the entrance to the English Garden, which in Berlin terms is like the Tiergarten, or in New York terms that's the Central Park. English Garden, once you're done with your studies or when you're really tired, that's where everybody goes to either grab a drink or just chill. Then going even a bit further, if for the few of you who may be studying religion or Catholicism, we also have some of the faculties here that are focused specifically on religion. But not most of the faculties are around here. They're spread out throughout the city. So in the meantime, let's actually go into the main building and we can show you a bit more of what's there. The Geschwister Scholl, the Scholl siblings, were students at the LMU in the 1940s, and they managed to print anti-Nazi statements. However, when they were distributing them in this building, they were eventually found, discovered, and 3 days later they were executed. As a memorial, the university has taken those papers and printed them again as tiles and put them in the ground that the students will always walk across them and to remember them by.
This is where we are entering the main building, right? This is the main building?
Yes, this is the Hauptgebäude of the LMU. This is the center of the university.
Okay, let's walk in. So we have reached here during exam time, so there are a lot of students in a very serious mood. But anyway, go ahead.
So there's a lot of symbols in this university, but at the very center here we have an owl, which is an ancient Greek symbol for Athena, who is also the goddess of wisdom. And on the other side, right here, we have a fish, which is also a symbol for Jesus. So we have a mix of theology. You walk under Mary and Jesus when you enter, but then they also emphasize wisdom and knowledge here.
Okay, let's go ahead.
So we are on the first floor of the Hauptgebäude where we just entered, and behind us we have the main hall. In the background we have Mary and Jesus again, because this is a theological university, and looking down into the main area we have a Medusa because of the mythology, and on the left hand side we also have a memorial to the Geschwister Scholl, the White Rose movement, who were an anti-Nazi organization back in the 1940s, who were also found here in the 1940s and a few days later executed, and they are memorialized here on the outside and on the inside.
Collins, why don't you just walk us through what programs are offered here in this university?
Gladly. So I'm not an official representative of the LMU, but there are officially 18 faculties or schools here, some of which are located here and elsewhere. It is some that I can list off are Catholicism, so theology, but is also very well known for its medical program. There's a veterinary school, there is schools for political science, there's also ones for archaeology, various types of archaeology, and some smaller things with engineering, but the TUM is more well known for that. So there's a long list of different programs. On the LMU website, I believe there's upwards of 90 specific programs just for masters. There are more for bachelors. So it's a very wide range of options here.
This is where you go for the international office? this is where you go for, as soon as you arrive here in Munich, when you are getting enrolled. For the enrollment, you have to go. There are different offices inside. Make sure that when you're arriving here, carry all your original documents. They're going to cross.